your friends and family are some of the worst people to take advice from, especially when it comes to YouTube. And I had to learn this the hard way. I used to ask a lot of my close friends and family for advice about videos, advice about topics, advice of just their opinions on my videos, advice on starting channels. And some of my closest friends and family discouraged me to go through with YouTube. And I had to realize that it's not that they don't support me, it's not that they don't believe in me. Well, it is that, but it's not personal, basically. You know, they don't not believe in me because anything personal against me. In fact, I believe they want the best for me. It's just a knowledge thing. It's just a lack of knowledge. No shade, not I'm not saying I'm smart and they're not. But when it comes to YouTube, they weren't, they're not familiar with YouTube to where they're even qualified to give advice. And so I just want to get on here and bring that up and let you guys know that when you're trying something new, when you're treading on new ground and nobody around you has done what you've done, you gotta be critical about who you take advice from, who you ask for opinions on, right? You gotta look at those people and say, are they living the lives that they want to live? Are they living their dream lives? And then further than that, are they living your dream life? Right? Have they reached the goals that you want to reach? And if they haven't, you got to wonder why you are valuing their opinions. Why are you valuing their... Oh my gosh. I remember before I started my handball channel, I had several of my close friends go, hey, there's no money in handball. There's no views, there's no money in handball. Don't do it. It's kind of a waste of time. But I saw something they didn't. I seen content that I could make with handball that no one has ever done. And so it's like, you're judging this right here. And I realized they're judging what has been done prior, right? And if you looked at that, you could say there's no views, there's no money, this, that, and the third, it's not going anywhere. You could say all types of stuff. But, I haven't been there yet. And you haven't been there yet. So it's like, I had to take that with a grain of salt. And I heard what they were saying, but I didn't really listen. So, because honestly, deep down inside, I already had a plan. I already had a plan laid out. I posted a video that got me hired as a video editor for one of my favorite YouTubers. It was a personal video. I was vulnerable on camera. It's a faceless channel that I started. And a week before, I was talking to one of my closest friends about posting this video. And he told me, don't do it. Straight up. He said, do not post that video. And, when he said that, I was like, I really thought that video was a good idea. And I really trust this person's intuition. I value this person's opinion. And so when he told me don't post it, I was a little baffled, and I kind of had to process it for a little bit. And I didn't get defensive about it. But I heard, I made it a point to just hear him out and hear what he's saying. And I realized that I'm getting deja vu. I've had this before. I've had good ideas get turned, regarding YouTube, get shut down by friends and family. And I was like, I've been here before. And so, I went ahead, I posted the video, and it changed my life. It literally changed my life like that. And it would have never got there. I would have never made it there if I had listened to this friend's advice. I still appreciate this person. I value their I value them for different things, you know. I value them for you know, different things besides, you know, YouTube. Fact of the matter is that YouTube is new. Nobody really knows about YouTube, especially your friends and family. You know, they don't create content. They don't they just don't know. You know, it's not personal. You got to know that it's not personal. It's just lack of knowledge. It's not hatred as much as, you know, or maybe it is hatred. Maybe they're just hating. Maybe maybe my closest friends and family are just all haters. And they're just like, "Damn, Amir's doing YouTube. I can't do YouTube. I'm gonna tell him don't do YouTube. If I can't do it, I don't want no one to do it, especially not Amir. Amir can't do it." I remember I was talking to one family member, and they were, you know, I was telling them about YouTube and posting videos and things like that. And they were like, you know, the first thing they said is like, "How many views is it getting? Well, how many views do you have?" And I was like, huh, this person's like just straight to analytics, like nothing about like, are you enjoying the content? Are you providing value? It was just straight to well, how many views? And they were, what they were doing was pocket watching. You know what I mean? They were trying to see, is Amir making money from it? And that was the gauge they were going to determine whether making content was worth it, which is not, it's just not a good gauge. Honestly, that's a terrible gauge. If you go into YouTube, if anyone goes into YouTube just focus on money, not saying money's not important, but if your sole goal on YouTube is to make money, you're gonna get burnt out, because at that point you're not passionate about what you're doing and you're not focused on the right things. You're just not focused on the right things. I believe to be successful on YouTube, your primary focus should be primary. Why do I say it like that? Primary. Your primary focus should be providing value. It should be providing value. At least one of your primary focuses. Primary. That should be one of your primary focus. Money is like a bonus. You know what I mean? Money is a bonus. And so yeah, and this family member was like, you know, I told them the numbers, and they were like, yeah, I don't, you know, it's really hard to do YouTube. You know, that's another thing they'll tell you. You know, it's really hard to do that, or you know, can't really do that because of this, or yeah, you could, but it's gonna be a struggle. It's gonna be tough. Not a lot of people are successful on it. And they give you just these things that don't really mean anything. You know what I mean? It's like when you were a kid and your parents saw you climbing a tree. I used to climb a lot, and you know, my parents might say, "Hey, you might fall. You know, don't go up there. You're gonna fall." That's what they say. Don't climb up there. You're gonna fall. And it's like, what if I know how to climb? Like, what if I practice my climbing? And then it's like, okay, what if I do fall? Is it the end of the world? Now, if you're a very small child, you know, you need to be protected by your parents. But I think it's important for parents to gauge the level of danger and then instruct their kids after that. You know, I'm gonna let my kid fall a little bit. You know what I mean? If it's a tree this high off the ground, and I know they could potentially fall, but they could potentially learn a new skill. They could potentially level up and do something new, do something exciting, do something fun, do something that they're passionate about. You know, that's important. I think that's important. So yeah, don't take advice from your friends and family, especially about something that they've never done. I'll see you on the next vid. Peace.